a pina colada at Trader Vic's. And his hair was perfect.
Good evening, and welcome to the first ever virtual Hope Gala. We're excited to share all that we have accomplished in mental health services this past year, even in the midst of a global pandemic, and also offer a look forward. Thank you to Christy Krause and Corey Geffrey for leading the way for Mary Greeley as we expand mental health services in our community. It's going to take all of us. Together we can make an impact on mental health through our conversations, in our support of those around us who might be struggling, and of course through your generosity tonight. Enjoy the evening.
You know, our community needs to understand that mental health and behavioral health, it's here. All of us know or love somebody who has challenges in one of these areas, but the exciting part is we can make a difference. We can make an impact, and that's gonna take a team effort from everybody. It's gonna take the healthcare providers doing their part. It's gonna take donors doing their part. It's gonna take everybody doing what they can to make this better.
We've had an incredibly exciting year here around mental health at Mary Greeley. We had an additional prescribing provider join us in July of last year. The other piece has been the expansion of the outpatient clinic. We have gone from a half-day clinic to what will be a 5-day clinic beginning next month. We'll also be relocating that space to a larger space on the first floor behind the emergency department. So that's really exciting. We are also wrapping up the design phase of our new inpatient unit. And we will be increasing our bed space from 18 to 24. And that, I just can't say enough about that. That is so exciting.
Behavioral health access is something that I firmly believe is best closest to home, closest to your support group, closest to your friends and family, and close to the environment and a facility that you know and trust. And I really believe that that's Mary Greeley and one of the things that we can do here close to home. There have been some great things that have come out of this last year. One of those enhancements is that we kind of redesigned part of our emergency room to provide a safe and more therapeutic environment for people who are experiencing a behavioral health crisis. It's not very often that we have the opportunity to both provide a more safe environment and a more therapeutic, but we accomplish that in the emergency room. And we've seen kind of the benefits of that really, really quickly. The pandemic has greatly impacted the need of mental health services in our community. You know, I think that throughout the pandemic, people who were close to crisis really got pushed over the edge. I also think there's a group of people who never before experienced any issues and found themselves struggling. And historically, our model in the Ames area, particularly with where Mary Greeley is that we do a great job of helping people when they're in crisis. But because of the additional pressure and stress, we found access issues. So behavioral health, we really have to make the shift from just crisis to crisis management, but looking at what are the things that we need to do in between. And so we really have to take a whole look at the continuum. And I think that COVID and the pressures of the last year really showed us where we have breakdowns in the continuum. And now Mary Greeley can't be all things to all people, but it's important that we learn what parts we can be great at and then find great partners, find community support to help us fill in those gaps so we can really look at better management from the beginning, from the awareness of the illness to the manifestation of a crisis and everything in between. So what does a little bit better look like? Can we have a little bit more access tomorrow than we do today? Can we serve a couple more patients tomorrow than we do today? Can we prevent one patient from going to crisis, but instead have a bridge in between where they get therapy and they have outpatient visits and they have somebody to call and a helpline? That to me is the way that we do this.
We've made some significant, tangible progress in the last 12 to 24 months, but we're not done yet. We have more work to do. And I want to thank the community for the support that they have put behind mental health care and the expansion of services in mental health care, but we're not there yet. We need your help. So much work to be done.
Welcome to the 2021 Hope Gala. You know, in a year of so many firsts, let this be yet another as we welcome you to our first virtual version of the gala. You know, it's no secret that this is one of my absolute favorite events of the year, and I know I'm going to miss being able to see you all face to face and feel that energy in the room. But I am so thankful that you decide to take some time out of your busy schedules to join us this evening. My name is Austin Wooden, and I'll be serving as the host and MC for this evening. And I think you're going to find here pretty soon that I am far from a trained professional, and especially when it comes to looking into one of these cameras. So I think we can add this also to the list of first, but I am definitely up for the challenge. This cause is very near and dear to my heart. I've had the opportunity to serve and volunteer on the foundation board in the past. And my family has chosen to use or to support this cause for years, just like I know so many of you have in attendance. So thank you for all your support in the past. Thank you for your support this evening. And of course, thank you for your continued support moving forward. I encourage you all to sit back, relax, hopefully have some fun, and of course, don't forget to bid and donate throughout the evening. We are here tonight to have some fun, but most importantly, we want to raise some funds and awareness for Mary Greeley's mental health services. Your support tonight will allow Mary Greeley to continue those services right here in Central Iowa. Now, there are a few ways that you can show your support this evening. The first is always the highly anticipated part of the Hope Gala, and that's, of course, our auction. We have some amazing items up for bid tonight, and I want to give a quick thank you to the auction committee, Michelle King, Jill Roof, and Angie Strautman for securing some really amazing items tonight. In fact, let's take a minute here to highlight a few of those. Now, I kind of broke these down into a few categories, and I'm going to start with Mother's Day. You know, that's just around the corner, and as I look at that diamond pendant from Ames Silversmithing, or I saw Chocolaterie Stom gift card was in there, I saw flowers for a year, or my family's personal favorite are the designer handbags. True story, 3 straight events at the Hope Gala, I've bought one of those bags and used it as a Mother's Day gift. So I can promise you it works, and I encourage you to keep bidding on those as well. I also saw, you know, some things that you can use to update your home. We all spent a lot of time in our home this year, and I bet you all saw some things that might need a little improving. So I saw Alfred's Carpet in there, and of course, Country Landscaping is always a great sponsor and supporter of our auction. And a few others I should probably highlight as well. If any of you are like me and gained that quarantine 15 last year, my wife might tell you it's actually the COVID 25. But anyway, I saw Ignite Yoga on there. So what a great way to shed a few of those pounds. Clear Lake, I saw a vacation to Clear Lake. Now that is my wife's hometown. It's become my second hometown. Absolutely love it in Clear Lake. There's so much to do there year round. The Fennelly family was so great to offer that as one of our items, and definitely encourage some bidding on that one as well. And then last but not least, how can you not bid on the Iowa State football tickets, as well as the UNI game? Without a doubt, this is the most anticipated season in Cyclone football history, and if you don't realize that, you haven't been a fan for very long. I can tell you as a hometown kid, the only expectation I had was about the tailgate. It was very rarely about the football, and this year I couldn't be more excited to have a top 5 team in Jack Trice Stadium. And last I saw, I think I was winning that bid at $1,000. It's worth a whole lot more than that. So let's get that one going up as well. So now, I think you all have probably noticed that the auction did open earlier this week, and we will keep it open until 9 o'clock tonight. Now, if you haven't had a chance to register, it's really easy. Just click on the Get Started tab, and then also click on Create Account. Enter your email address, and then they will send you a verification email. Once you click on that, it's a really simple form to fill out with your contact information and, of course, your credit card information. You can also make a direct gift throughout the evening as a special appeal. If you think about our normal gala, at the end of the auction, we do a special appeal, and that's when we'd all raise our paddles to give directly to the cause. Of course, tonight will be a little different. So tonight, you can really do that at any time, and I sure hope that you do. Now, to donate, you'll still need to create an account, but then on the homepage of the online bidding, you simply click Donate Now. That'll take you right to the donation page where you can select the amount that you would like to donate. Now, for those of you who would like to donate through your donor advised fund, you can still do that as well. Just go ahead and make a donation tonight online and then notify the foundation by 10 o'clock on Monday to let them know that you will be sending a donor advised check. Thank you all for your donations so far. We're off to a great start and I appreciate your support. I think now would be a great time to invite Melissa up. Now, Melissa McGarry, she is the Executive Director of the Mary Greeley Foundation. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks, Austin, and thank you so much for being here tonight and for doing this. How many volunteers, when asked to do something like this, immediately say yes? So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we would love to put Mel's name on one of these purses. So Mel, if you want to text in and let us know which one you want us to put your name on, you just let us know. Since the auction's open until 9 o'clock tonight, Austin will have a little bit of time after our event to go home and do a little bidding.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know, should we check in? Should we see
Sure,
how some of the donations are going right now? Let's see if we can get that pulled up. Wow, look at that.
Very exciting.
Wow,
very exciting.
$44,300 already. Seeing a lot of names on there that we all know and are huge supporters of Mary Greeley. So thank you all for your donations so far.
Absolutely. The Kinslers and the Shearholtzes, Lynn Miller,
Yeah.
Alan Rasmussen, and the list goes on and
Mars,
on.
yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to take this opportunity to actually welcome everyone and thank you for joining us tonight in support of mental health services. I know some of you are actually joining us from your couch and are enjoying this more casual approach. As you can see, actually, we're all a little more casual tonight as well. And others are actually hosting some small gatherings. So I want to ask you all to be sure to say hello in our chat and let us know you're out there. We've got a great crew. I wish you could see them all here in the back of the room, ready to chat back and post some messages. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. They have really helped get us off to a good start tonight. We've been recognizing these businesses all throughout the week with all of the emails that you've been receiving, as well as when you've been bidding on our auction. I'd like to send a special thank you, though, to two of our special sponsors, McFarland Clinic and Renewable Energy Group, for your amazing support, not only this last year, but in so many years past. This is the time of the night, if we were all in person, I'd take the opportunity to ask our amazing behavioral health services staff to stand so we could all recognize them for the work that they do. And because we can't do that, I have another favor to ask. I'm hoping that you will all chat in a message of gratitude and say thank you for all that they do. We'll be sure to share all those messages with those staff members next week. So please take a few minutes. Hopefully we'll maybe be able to share some of those messages with you all. As Austin shared, we're here to have a little bit of fun tonight, and hopefully we can get used to this sort of setup. But more importantly, we're here to raise funds and awareness for mental health services. At the beginning of our evening tonight, we shared a video, and Corey and Christy did a really nice job of sharing not only our vision forward, but some great updates on the progress that we've made over this last year. Because of support from our donors, we've expanded and improved behavioral health services in our emergency department. We're expanding our outpatient services. In fact, starting in May, we are moving from a part-time practice to 5 days a week of our outpatient clinic. So we're really excited to be able to offer that. And then, as Chrissy talked about, the design of our inpatient unit is almost complete. So we look forward to sharing that with the community. While we've made a lot of progress, there is still more to be done. And I think this is maybe the opportunity we are going to talk about our goal. So tonight we are hoping to raise $65,000. And of course, every gift makes a difference, so please consider giving. Do we want to, I think we were going to take a look at where we were. I don't know if it's moved at all. But now I want to change gears a little bit. Oh, we actually have seen a few more gifts come in. Thank you so much. We're at $46,050. So we are inching our way up the thermometer there. And now we'd actually like to take a few minutes and share a very special message from someone who's been an incredible advocate, volunteer, and supporter of ours. And in fact, I believe that she and her family are joining us online tonight. Lindsay Fenley.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Fenley, and mental health, mental illness, and mental help are three important things that matter to me, to my family, and certainly to this community. I've been hospitalized twice for 37 days, staying at the Mary Greeley Medical Center's behavioral health unit, and really impacted by the time that not only I spent there, but more importantly, the time that I've had as a community member since leaving the hospital. And I can tell you this, there is not a better place to be well, to get well, and to get the help that I certainly needed. And that's the biggest step, is being able to look in the mirror and say, I need help. Well, the great thing is help is not far, and it's just around the corner here in Ames, as Mary Greeley is a great place for that. The pandemic in 2020 had highlighted, it heightened mental illness being a challenge for everyone, even those without a diagnosis. A friend, a neighbor, a loved one, we all were struggling at some point, and it made us really pause and say, hey, you know what? We need to make sure that the support is given to the areas that it's most needed. We need more providers. We need more beds. We need more services. And I hope you'll join me, my family, and the rest of this wonderful community at Mary Greeley in supporting that cause tonight through your donations, through your support, through your shares on social media, and have a great time this evening.
Thank you, Lindsay. We are so grateful to Lindsay for sharing her story 2 years ago at this event. Her voice and support have made such a tremendous impact on the awareness of the mental health in our community. Thank you, Lindsay. You're truly an inspiration to so many people. Well, I think these donations and auctions and bids, I hope they're continuing to come in. And I really want to continue to thank all of you who have donated so far. And I sure hope you'll continue to either bid some more, or those who haven't donated, get those donations in. I think now's about time to invite Brian up to the stage here to join in the fun. Brian, where are you? Our president and CEO.
Hey,
How are you,
Austin.
sir?
I'm great. How are you this evening?
I'm fantastic.
Hey, thanks for saying yes.
Well, you know, I'm pretty good at saying yes, but I didn't realize just how outside of my comfort zone this might be. I've enjoyed it, though, so far.
Wonderful. Hey, by the way, you've been outbid on those tickets, so.
Well, good. I better be.
No, go ahead.
I'll get back to it.
Go ahead and hit refresh.
I'll get back to it.
Very good. Thanks.
You bet.
Thanks again. This is an unusual event in that so few of you are with us, but do know that behind the camera there's an entire team from external relations, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say thanks and a shout out to all of you that we cannot see because of the bright lights, but we know you're back there. So thank you all. I'm going to give you an applause, and again, thanks for helping make this happen. You know, we do an event like this to help tell a story. And, you know, I could give you facts and figures, and I know you're kind of a numbers guy. Like +2 or +3.
4, got it. Oh, 5, sorry.
So, yeah, maybe a few over par every now and then. But the people who can tell the stories the best are the people who have experienced what we're talking about tonight. And we have just an amazing video for you. Brian and Allie Wolfkill and Dan and Pam Sargent, among others, are going to talk about the need for mental health services. And in particular, Sargents are going to talk about how they were moved to bid and to support our growing mental health services. So let's take a look.
You know, people are dying. Their lives matter and their stories matter. And
our staff are incredibly dedicated.
How do you know you have a healthy mind even?
Getting help within the mental health community can be very difficult.
We give to a number of organizations, but this was probably the largest donation that we've made.
I think a lot of people don't realize the need there is for mental health services. There's just a lot of individuals struggling.
I was depressed, although I didn't know it. Things started happening in our life. My mental health went downhill, and I started struggling with daily life. It felt like the world was closing in on me. Everything felt really dark. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, my hair was all falling out. I couldn't function very well, and I got to the point where I didn't want to die, but I couldn't picture myself living. Pretty much everything kind of exploded one day. I didn't really understand how serious it was, and I don't think he did either.
It was just hard. You know, it can happen to anybody. You know, it could happen to me or you or anybody that you're close to.
Depression isn't feeling really sad. It's that feeling of emptiness and the lack of feelings is what started happening. So I just felt really numb. I didn't really care. And it's that lack of feelings that started to really scare me and affect our lives. I kind of got involved and started getting treatment and working towards recovery. And it was kind of through that my heart totally changed about mental illness. The people that were struggling with severe mental illness were just like me. And they were moms and daughters and nurses and government officials. And one gal was a former therapist. And it really helped me realize that this can happen to anybody.
So initially getting help within the mental health community can be very difficult. There can be long waits. You could have to wait a week, which was a really short estimate of a period of time to get you in, even if you're in crisis, or it could be 1 or 2 months to get that first appointment. Things can get really bad in 1 or 2 months. So as whereas you may not need hospitalization the second you walk into a clinic, by the time you get help, you may need hospitalization. We'd like to try and avoid that, if at all possible, by bolstering the services with more providers.
If we're able to recruit additional prescribing providers, both psychiatrists and nurse practitioners, it's likely that we could serve up to 400 individuals with each prescribing provider that we were able to bring on board. So it is a significant increase and a real gap in our community.
When I needed a higher level of care, it was a little bit easier to seek that out because I knew I could receive the care that I needed in Ames. I think it would have been much harder if I had to drive anywhere or if there was the possibility of being transported.
Mary Greeley, essentially has the opportunity to
Right.
really help lead the community within trying to find the services that person needs.
When you need it is not the time to build it. What if you did? What if it was you tomorrow that needed it? Wouldn't you wish that you had helped build the culture and the facilities and the resources that you'd need? And yes, of course you would, but you don't think about it when you don't need them.
This is kind of the first step, listening to a story of how mental illness has impacted someone's life, but there's so many stories out there, and there's so many people that do struggle. I carried a lot of shame and guilt around it, and it's important for us to let people know that they're not alone and they're not a burden or weak. They're humans. This is a human thing.
Wow. I really want to thank Allie and Brian, Dan and Pam for sharing their story. Dan and Pam really highlight the importance of their generosity. Dan says it really well. When you need it is not the time to build it. And I'm just so struck by Allie's comment. These are human things. This is a human thing. So if we were in person, as we typically do, at this point, we would do a virtual paddle raise. We'd have a talented auctioneer, and they would start an opportunity for folks to participate associated with the auction, but truly the value of your gift is priceless, and you determine that value on your own. And so for those of you who are participating along in the auction, watching us virtually, know that we would love to have you participate and bid now if there's an item that you wish to purchase off the auction, that's great. But if you would just like to support our efforts, and our efforts again with regards to recruitment and retention of providers, we use that phrase providers for our psychiatrists and our psychiatric nurse practitioners. For the upcoming new facility, we're building an inpatient unit to replace our aged unit on the 6th floor of our South Patient Tower. We'll have an expanded unit on the 4th floor. And to help encourage and grow our outpatient services. Those are the pieces that we see as our most immediate needs. But we are extremely excited about what the future holds, and as Mary Greeley will take this lead and provide the services and the level of support that you have come to become accustomed to from Mary Greeley Services. So again, thank you. Thank you for your attendance tonight. Thank you for your support, both in the past as well as this evening and in the future.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with us this evening and to say those kind words. I mean, that video was amazing. We couldn't have said it any best, the impact of the services and what they have on our community and the need.
Absolutely.
And I'm very appreciative on behalf of so many people. We are very thankful for your leadership as well as we navigate the future in supporting those with mental illness in our community.
Well, thank you. You're very kind. There is a tremendous team here at Mary Greeley, and I hope you recognize that I am extremely fortunate to be able to lead this group for close to the last 15 years now. And we do it with an army of staff, medical staff, physicians, our volunteers, and our board of trustees, of which you're the newest member. So thanks for saying yes yet again. You're right. You're good at saying yes.
Well, and I couldn't have said it better than you. In the brief time I've been on the board, I'm so impressed with everybody in the leadership, top to bottom. It's been incredible. So thank you. I've got a lot to learn, but I know you were there to help teach me.
Very good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we're just moving right along this evening, and I think now would be a great time to invite Melissa back up. You don't want her to miss out on the fun here.
Oh no, that's certainly the fun.
I think we need to check in on this this running total and see where we're at. Okay, it's going up.
Look at that, $49,150. Thank you so much again, and thank you so much to Allie and Brian for sharing their very personal story. I think we can all perhaps see ourselves or those that we love in that story. So thank you so much for sharing. And then also I have to say thank you to Dan and Pam for their transformational gift. We're already seeing the benefit of their generosity. In addition to our provider that was started in July, we actually have a new provider starting in August. So that sort of infusion of care providers into our community will allow us to expand those outpatient services. And the reason we're able to do that is because of the generosity of our community. So thank you to those folks. I will also say, I've got a few notes here. We've gotten some really nice messages. In fact, Brian, your daughter Abby said, "Nice job, Dad." So it's always good when you get recognized by your child. A really nice thank you from Deb Fenley. She says, "Thanks to all who've already donated tonight." Sarah Buck wanted to share a personal thank you for all who care for people with mental illness. Christy Kraus, our fearless leader on our behavioral health unit, said how proud she is to work on our behavioral health unit and how proud she is to be part of that amazing team. And then really nice messages from some other folks who are connected to us, Amber Deerdorf, Julie Siebold, and Amy Dagstad. So thank you all for taking that opportunity to chat. And then I do have a couple of updates that you may not be very happy about, although I think I'm very happy about it. Thanks, Reynolds Kramer has actually outbid both you and Brian on the football tickets. So I don't know, Brian, you're going to have to get that one going. There.
Well, good thing bidding's still open till 9.
Absolutely.
I've got time.
Absolutely.
I have time. I'm curious though, how are those the dining experiences going? Because I got thinking this past year, we've all had a lot of meals we either had to carry out,
yes,
pick up off the front step, or cook ourselves. I think what an amazing way to come out of the other end of a pandemic than to have some friends over, bring a professional chef in, And as of right now, I think those are going for way too low. So I'd like to see those go up.
Absolutely.
There's 3 of them this
there
year.
are 3 of those. In fact, one, it was backed by popular demand. Our chef, Chris Hansen, here at the Medical Center, has graciously offered to prepare a dinner for 10 people. So that's 10 people. So what a deal that they're getting there. And in fact, I think some of the folks who are bidding on it have actually attended that dinner in the past. So you have to know if they're bidding on it, that it's a pretty good dinner.
I also think I heard through the grapevine that the autographed football and book from Matt Campbell, I believe that can be customized, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty exciting.
For that Iowa State fan in your life, Mother's Day, Father's Day, or whatever occasion, yes, actually, Coach Campbell has graciously offered to personalize that for whoever that winning bidder is. So gosh, what a wonderful gift that could be for somebody.
No kidding. That's a very impressive idea. And you think you're right. That's a really great gift idea, especially for the Cyclone fan going into this year that we have coming.
Absolutely. One that I will call out actually is the Airbnb gift card. So many might know about a VRBO, vacation rental. Airbnb is phenomenal. In fact, my husband and I, whenever we go anywhere on vacation, that's what we use. In fact, if he's out there, maybe we should bid on that, honey. It's a great deal. I think we're all ready after the year that we've had to hit the road. And with Airbnb, you can really use that anywhere.
Absolutely. And I will say, standing by this pendant all night, I don't think the photos online quite do it justice. So once again, Mother's Day is right around the corner. What a great gift idea that is.
Absolutely. Well, and Ames Silversmithing, I mean, we all know what beautiful work that they do. And I had offered to wear this around all week, but we had it safely tucked away. They didn't take me up on that. So, yeah.
And I'm going to put one final plug in for Clear Lake. I'll tell you what, that town is a ton of fun, and there is something going on all year round up there. It's amazing for a small town. They have a lot of big town activities, and I always have a great time up there. And I suppose I'll even offer, if you need, maybe depending on what time you book it, if my boat's still in, maybe I could offer a little sunset cruise for your family or something. So
I think Austin
we'll throw that out there.
Sweeten the
We'll
deal
throw that out there.
Yes. Well, and thank you so much again to the Fenleys for, again, another family who says yes over and over. I mean, we are so lucky in this community.
You know, we're getting kind of close to the end here, and I'm just kind of wondering, we've heard a lot of great stories tonight. We've heard a lot of the impact. But how do we put a bow on it? I mean, how do we kind of let our donors know the impact of their dollars this evening?
Gosh, well, in many ways, we've already told this story. You know, we are already seeing today the impact of our past galas. You know, the reason that we're able to expand our outpatient services in this community is because of our donors. And our goal is to continue to offer and expand those services. And as you heard, we are very close to putting the finishing touches on the design work for the new inpatient unit. We'll actually be expanding the beds. You know, you heard Lindsay and Corey and several talk about the fact that we don't have enough beds. And this new unit is specially designed not only to create a comforting environment for our patients, but also creating a safe environment. Of course, we want to make sure that we're providing safe place for not only our patients, but again, that amazing staff who cares for our patients. So again, and this is really only the beginning, you know, as we look at the need in our community continues to grow, and really we are committed to doing our part to support those behavioral health needs in our community. And again, I think we can all relate. My gosh, what a year this has been. Again, I think we can all personally relate to the challenges of you know, mental health needs. So please, you know, that again is the reason why we're here tonight. Hopefully we had a little fun, and hopefully, you know, we'll give Austin a little bit of time to go home and bid, but please continue to support, and thank you again, Austin, for doing what you do so well for us. So I'll let you kind of put the cap on it.
I sure appreciate it. Thank you. And I think this would be a good opportunity for me to thank everybody. There is a A lot goes on to make this event happen, and I want to make sure we give a thanks to Melissa and her team and just everybody behind the scenes that makes this happen. So thank you so much for that. I think we're going to go ahead and look one more time here at the running total. Do we have an announcement?
The group at the back wanted to make sure that we came back up, and we are really close. I mean, look at that. Our goal tonight, folks, is 65,000. So, we're
so close.
We are so close.
So bidding is open till 9, so it gives about an hour and 15 minutes or so.
It is. And again, I will remind you, I know we've got many of our supporters who do like to give through their donor advised fund. It's a great way to make that pure donation in support of our programs and services. I do want to highlight a few of our folks here. I don't know, I don't have my glasses on, so I might have to squint here a little bit. Amy Dagstad, Corey and Amy Schmidt, Heather Botine, Dave Holger. I'm guessing Heather Gary's maybe right beside you there. Christy Krause, thank you so much. Mel Rowan, one of our new board members. Tom Johnson, another new board member as well. Of course, Karen Kilrosser, Kevin and Yvonne Kinsler, the Shearholtzes, the list goes on and on. We're incredibly lucky here. And again, that number keeps inching up.
We're so close.
Do we want to put another plea in for dinners?
Yeah, why not? Don't forget that donate now button. That's always the most successful time of our evening is that special appeal. And without having that here tonight in person, that virtual way is so easy just to hit the donate now. So
well, and for those of you who have attended our event, that is that time where it's certainly we can't replicate that feeling in this sort of a room, but for those of you who have attended, what it feels like to be in that room after that beautiful video and that energy with people just raising their paddles. 5,000, 2,500, and the list goes on and on. So we absolutely want to encourage you and ask you to consider that as well. I talked about our Mary Greeley dinner. I forgot to talk about Chef Kevin Terrell's dinner. I know, in fact, I think there's somebody in this room who has attended that dinner in the past and maybe is bidding on it as we speak. Again, he does an outstanding job. That is a dinner for 8. And then the third dinner, how lucky are we that we have people that do this for us every year? Fritz Warenberg and Jenny Legates hosting for us. And my understanding is that they put on quite a spread. So, again, I can't say enough about the opportunity there.
Absolutely. It was an incredible list of items this year, and there's so many to choose from, and so many that I think are still going for a little less than they probably should. So yes, bid. We got until 9.
And it looks like we're up to 55.
It's creeping up there.
It is creeping up there. It is creeping up there.
That is very fun to see.
So, gosh, are there any other chats or anything that we're kind of looking at the back here.
Any other announcements?
No, a lot of thank yous. And again, this is an opportunity for us to say right back at you, thank you so much for not only joining us tonight and helping to support this cause tonight, but really the support that we've seen, frankly, over the past year. It's been really humbling to see the outpouring from our community. You look at all of our amazing auction items, what a year for businesses, and yet they come out and say yes when we ask.
That is so impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I will let you wrap it up one more time. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. We will, again, keep the auction open until 9 o'clock tonight, and then we'll communicate with you all next week to let you know where we end up. Thank you, Austin.
Well, I have so much confidence that as this night goes on, I think we're going to hit that goal. So thanks again to everybody behind the scenes that made tonight happen. And I think, as I really think back to this event over the years and yet again tonight, I am always reminded of one of my absolute favorite quotes. And it comes from the great SB's speech by Jim Valvano. And many of you probably remember this, and you might remember that he talked about 3 things that are so important to do every day. First was laugh. The second was think, to spend some time in thought. The third was to cry. The third was to have your emotions moved to tears. And he goes on to say that, if you laugh, if you think, if you cry, that's a good day. You do that 7 days a week, that's a pretty special life. And I think of this last half hour, 45 minutes that we've spent even just tonight, I think we've had a pretty good day. I hope that you've had a chance to laugh. I hope that you've had a chance to think, not only about the awareness that we hope to create, but also about your own family, your friends, your loved ones, and of course our community. And I hope you had the chance to have your emotions moved, if not to tears, to give. And I know so many of you have this evening, and I thank you not only for your support tonight, but for all your support in the past, and of course your continued support in the future. I want to thank you one last time for joining us tonight. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you all out in the world again someday soon. Be safe, and good night.